And moving on, after slamming the Philippines with deadly winds, floods and landslides, the super typhoon Ragasa is now barreling across the South China Sea, bearing down on southern China, with Hong Kong, Macau and Guangdong already shutting schools and businesses. Millions are bracing for impact. But first, we trace the trail of devastation left in the Philippines after its landfall. On the mountain roads of Benguet province in northern Luzon, the heavy machinery struggled to clear tons of mud and rock from a fresh landslide. Rescue teams picked their way through the slush as an ambulance squeezed past the rubble. At least one person was reported killed here. Now in Santa Ana, the Cagayan province, Philippine Coast Guard personnel rushed children into vehicles as families huddled inside while being driven to safety. Ragasa made landfall with winds nearing 300 kilometers an hour, prompting disaster response agencies of the Philippines to launch evacuations in full force. The river in Ilocos Sur spilled its banks, with rescue teams pushing against the current to reach stranded residents. Entire families were seen marching into evacuation centers through torrential rain. The full fury of the super typhoon was unleashed in the Cagayan province. Trees violently swayed in the gales and roads vanished under sheets of rain, and waves pounded the coastline as residents sprinted for shelter. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s government suspended schools and businesses in northern Luzon. Airlines grounded dozens of flights. Ports halted ferry services and power outages swept across the region. Drone shots now show the entire town submerged north of Manila. Vehicles struggled through flooded streets as families raced to safety through the rising waters. Many Filipinos are blaming delayed flood control projects, works the government admits were never completed in time.
This is the result of flood control projects that weren't built. You can see how big the floods are. If the flood control projects were built, this kind of situation wouldn't happen. It's a big problem, especially for us residents.
From space, the storm's colossal power is clear. Time-lapse satellite imagery shows Ragasa swirling across the Luzon Strait into the South China Sea. Its spiral expanding as it tracks west towards southern China. On the Chinese mainland, Guangdong's province has ordered cities, including manufacturing hubs of Shenzhen, Zhuhai and Foshan, to shut down. And in Shenzhen alone, some 400,000 residents are being evacuated. In Hong Kong, schools and businesses have been shut, flights cancelled, and 46 temporary shelters have been opened ahead of the super typhoon Ragasa's expected direct hit in the coming hours. Ragasa, named after the Filipino word for rapid motion, has been declared one of the most powerful typhoons on Earth this year. The Philippines is already reeling from its impact. And as it now zeroes in on Hong Kong and China's manufacturing heartland, millions are bracing for the storm's full force.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
At $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakarjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.